Hey, Cardinals fans. For the, 7 of you left after that. You okay? Hanging in there? That was rough. I'm Sarah Wellman. This is About Last Night, the show where I tell you all about what the St. Louis Cardinals did on the field last night, which was pretty bad this time. You should just subscribe because I'm actually recapping this game. I think I deserve that. Alright, let's get this over with. The night started quietly for the Cardinals bats and for Jack Flaherty. And then quick confession. I didn't watch it. I didn't see a single pitch until Ryan Helsley made his major league debut by facing Christian Yelich with runners on base. More on that in a moment. I just didn't really feel like I needed to see what was happening to know what was happening. You know what I mean? I knew based on limited numbers that Flaherty would probably have trouble with Lorenzo Cain and Ryan Braun. I knew that the Cardinals' bats have a tendency to let mediocre pitchers look like Cy Young winners. Brandon Woodruff, you're welcome. And I knew that Christian Yelich still existed. That seemed like enough for me. Look, I'm not going to try to paint you a pretty picture. I'm not going to try to paint you an ugly picture, because you don't want that image in your head. I wouldn't do that to you. Instead, I'm just going to tell you that the Cardinals lost a lot to a little, and here are 5 takeaways from that game last night. First of all, the Brewers are more than just Christian Yelich. Yes, he hit another 3-run homer. That makes 8 of 9 on the year off of Cardinals pitching. But it was Cain, Braun, Yasmani Grandal who created those scoring opportunities early that chased Jack Flaherty from the game. The lineup is just good. There's no way around it. And yes, it's obviously better with Christian Yelich in it. They're going to win more games with Christian Yelich in the lineup than without him, but that doesn't take away from the capability of the rest of that lineup. It's deep, and it's deep on purpose. They know that they can win games if they're more than just Yelich. Número 2. Mike Shildt. Let's talk about manager Mike for a moment. Because walking Christian Yelich seems to be a completely foreign concept to him. Now, I understand strategically, walking Yelich to load the bases with less than 2 outs is not ideal. Is it, though, more ideal than another 3-run bomb? Now, the other thing about Mike Shildt in this game that had me questioning a lot of things is why Ryan Helsley, in his major league debut, facing Christian Yelich with 2 runners on. What part of that sounds like a good idea? But seriously, one other thing, the Fire Mike Shildt gang that has risen from the ashes. Whew! Okay, let's just pump the brakes, take a step back, look at what's going on. Look, Mike Shildt might be bad at his job. That is a possibility. We just don't know that yet, because as much as there are some questions about strategy, and yes, there are questions, but there are with every manager. Remember Tony La Russa? Yeah, we all questioned his sanity too. The bigger problem right now is the execution of the strategy. It's not Mike Shildt throwing the pitches. It's not Mike Shildt striking out 9 times a game. The perfect strategy is only as good as the execution. So let's just take a breather, recognize that he's not flawless, and maybe he'll be bad at his job. But we don't know that yet. Number 3. Ryan Helsley, though, is actually pretty good. Once he got past the inevitable Christian Yelich 3-run homer, he looked pretty solid. Touched 100 plus on the gun a couple of times, had a couple of Brewers hitters literally laughing as they stepped out of the batter's box because they weren't expecting that. So he's one to watch because he has a ton of potential. It's all there. It's just a matter of maybe not trying to do it for the first time against Christian Yelich. 4. Speaking of execution, every time this comes up, all I can think of is, well, has anybody seen the Disney Channel original movie Brink? Because all I can think of is this.
Hey, can I give you some advice? Skate better.
Skate better. Skate better. Well, skate better.
Well, there you go.
All I have to do is skate better. Skate better.
Just pitch better. Just pitch better. It's just that simple, right? Yes, but also no, because obviously that's the solution, right? The solution long term isn't just walk every guy you can't get out, it's learn how to get them out. So simply to say, well, the solution is to make better pitches. Yes, but it's not that simple. And finally, number 5. Holy moly, does this team need Carlos Martinez back as a starter, not as a bullpen arm, or sign Dallas Keuchel? Those are the options. But the question then becomes, how quickly can either of those players be ready to pitch out of the rotation? I mean, Carlos Martinez is at least a couple of weeks away from being game ready. And what is game ready for him right now? Because he hasn't pitched real innings at all. That becomes a problem when you start looking at what the solutions are for the Cardinals, because yes, the names like Dallas Keuchel and Carlos Martinez are there, but there's a timeline that maybe doesn't match up with this immediate fix that we're all hoping for. Unless they all just pitch better, obviously. And that is the story of the Cardinals dropping Game 2 of the series 8-4, and that's all I got. I'm going to assume that my buddy Stu Stiles came up with a few more words to offer an explanation, or at least just tell you what happened, in his recap over at birdsontheblack.com. Make sure you check that out. Michael Wacha pitched well against the Brewers in his first start, didn't pitch so well in his last start, so maybe he's due for a gem. The Cardinals need him in order to avoid the sweep, especially considering the bullpen is limited at best. So here goes nothing. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notifications, and I'll see you tomorrow.